From the victims of the rock, calculated homicide, I will never stop. Accepted from this world, that's why you'll die in dirt. Running for the thrill, my brain will sword. Cycle of violence, down to a science, killing one by one. Homicidal, life so vile, you're the chosen one. Your life has been silenced, evil inside us, dictate how it's done. Torture, reliance, moral defiance, killing, the only outcome. Flesh like a jockey for the fix. Got the final breath and that's so meaningless. Torture remains encased in the mess. Blood starts to thicken as it exits through your chest. Veins and blood react as the dirt forms as one. From below, death from above. A closed in box as your loved ones gather round. Screams of agony lower to the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the beer garden tonight, I want to give a special thanks to the Master of Ceremonies, Tony Khan. I want to give a special thanks to the one and only Jack Perry. And a very, very special thanks to Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, better known as the Young Cocks. Thank you for this glorious evening that AEW could have had, but now WWE did, because you drove your biggest star out of the company. Oh my God, man. You can't script it any better, bro. You can't make this shit up. Chicago, 10 years, and AJ Lee is back. And Tony Khan is crying a river of tears tonight As we go to the beer garden. They better be ice cold tonight, gentlemen and ladies. And when I get there on this Friday night, I want to know what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show for September 5th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Friday evening, wherever you may be. Maddox in the chat says, "You've lost all credibility, JD. Yes, my bank account is crying a river of tears after the most successful year already, and we're not even through September yet. Get him the fuck out! Get him out! Your mother lost credibility because she wasn't sloppy enough for me. Get him the fuck out!" Polish sausage and best in the world, Matt, with two $100 super chats tonight on the SmackDown post show. We'll start with the Polish sausage. Let's start this off hot. What's up, JD and OTS family? Cheers to you. And we got my guy, best in the world, Matt, coming in here. Just got out of SmackDown in Chicago. AJ Lee was the biggest return in women's wrestling. In my opinion, other matches were good, but let's be real. Everyone knew why we showed up tonight. John Cena and AJ Lee, much love as always, OTS fam, and see you Monday live in Milwaukee.
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Thank you guys very, very much, man. Keep that energy up. I love it. I love it. That's why this is the #1 fucking live stream in the entire space. And there's nobody even close, man. Maddox. Not like Greg Maddux, who's the greatest pitcher of all time. Get him out. Thank you, mods. Man, oh man. Where do we even begin, bro? Where do we begin? A lot has been made about tonight, man. A lot has been made, a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor, a lot of chatter online about what happens at the end of Clash in Paris, where Seth Rollins retained the World Heavyweight Championship in a fatal four-way against CM Punk, Yeet Man, and LA Knight. Becky Lynch joined the Vision. She low-blowed CM Punk, and that's really all it took to get people running wild with rumors. I was very guilty of that because as soon as the match was over, I'm like, that only means one thing, bro. That only means one thing. I'm going to throw it out there, and if it's exactly what I think it is, then great. If not, I guess fuck me then. Monday night, 2 days later, we got a showdown between CM Punk and Becky Lynch on Monday Night Raw that even further lit the fuse, light it up. It got everybody talking even more so because Becky actually put her hands on CM Punk, and Punk did not lay a finger on Becky Lynch. Those words at the end of the promo, you're going to regret ever putting your hands on me. There's been other things that we've seen on social media via house show clips and something that I seen dating back to May with the Vision backstage on Monday Night Raw. The words "light it up" written on a poster board backstage in the locker room on Monday Night Raw during one of the Vision's segments. CM Punk skipping in the ring like his wife usually does at house shows and just having a good time. One of the more egregious things right in front of us was CM Punk picked up a sign in the fans at Clash in Paris that had AJ Lee's name on it. CM Punk, please bring back AJ Lee. He took it. Out of all the signs, he took that one. Well, all the rumors, all the speculation, all the chatter became a reality tonight, folks. AJ Lee is back in the WWE after 10 years. August 20th, 2021. AEW welcomed CM Punk back into the world of professional wrestling. AEW Rampage, the first dance, which, believe it or not, is now a canceled entity on TNT. Goes to show you how low we've gotten in 4 years. AEW Rampage, the first dance, August 20th, 2021, United Center, Chicago, Illinois. 16,000 plus. Nearly filled the United Center on a rumor that CM Punk would be coming into the company. He did indeed show up, and it was one of the greatest returns of the modern era. It's probably the greatest moment in AEW history. 4 years later, CM Punk is back in the WWE. He returned after 10 years being away. AJ Lee, 10 years being away from WWE, returns tonight, September 5th, 2025, in Chicago at the Allstate Arena. And everything surrounding her appearance was based on rumor and speculation, just like the first dance was for CM Punk and AEW, man. You can't script that shit. You can't script that shit any better. I don't really know what you guys want me to say on top of me emitting my excitement for it. She looks incredible. She looks better today than she did 10 years ago. In every sense of the word. I would be lying to you if I told you I didn't have a tear or two come down my face, because not only was I happy for her, I was happy for CM Punk as well. You just saw how happy he was. It was written all over his face. Good for him. It's all he ever wanted to be, is happy. She looks incredible. This tag team match has instantly sold WrestlePalooza. If this was the only match on the card, it will still be just that, must-see TV. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee and CM Punk in Indianapolis, September 20th, WrestlePalooza. First show for WWE, being removed from Peacock, now on ESPN. This is going to be one of the biggest shows that WWE put on in the last 10 years. This entire show was centered really around what opened and what closed. Other than that, this was a very forgettable SmackDown. Which goes to show you how fucking subpar this show has gotten. The one thing that I took notice of is not only how incredible she looks, but everything she did in that ring being away for 10 years looked crisp. She didn't do much. She skipped around, did not miss a beat as far as body language and mannerisms. She got an incredible holy shit chant that, of course, USA Network had to bleep out and ruin the moment. Hopefully WWE uploads it in its entirety, censor-free. Crowd melted the Allstate Arena when she came out. Skipped around. Punk was smiling from ear to ear. She gets in the ring. She sits on the ropes. She does everything that you remember back in the day, 10 years ago. And like I said, she didn't do much, man. A couple of Luthez presses, some punches, ground and pound on Becky Lynch. And she did the signature licking of the palm and slapped Becky Lynch right in the face as a retaliation for what Becky did to her husband. Not only on Monday, but again here tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. All the while, Rollins had to watch in horror that CM Punk finally got one over on him after a few losses lately to Mr. Visionary. This was an incredible moment. An absolutely incredible moment. The thing is, you guys are watching me here. We're in front of 3,000 people live to share in the excitement of AJ Lee. I do have some criticisms, though. I don't know how long AJ Lee is back. To be brutally honest with you, I don't really give a shit. If she's back for this one match and one match only, God bless her. It doesn't matter. We got a moment. We got a match. It fits the story. Everything about her arrival and her inclusion makes sense. I don't care if it's a one-and-done deal. Because it's a one-and-done deal where she fits into the story perfectly. And it's all leading to Rollins and Punk one-on-one for the World Heavyweight Championship when the time is right. This is just a side quest before we get there. I do have one major criticism. And this is something that I've said this week and last week leading up to this potential match at WrestlePalooza. AEW is basically killing themselves. WWE knows when they have a wounded victim in front of them. I would love if WWE actually gave us television that felt this exciting every single fucking week. I know that's not possible. I know that's not realistic. I just don't like the fact that we've had to sit, which we did tonight through fucking commercials. There were more commercials tonight than there was in-ring wrestling. I don't like that we have to sit month after month, week after week on Friday. And this show feels literally like the worst fucking show on television every week. Before tonight, this show has not been exciting. Before tonight, this show has not been watchable. Before tonight, this show was largely forgettable. Every single week. Ever since they left Fox, WWE has made SmackDown an unforgettable fucking disaster every single Friday. It is the most boring fucking show on television borderline Dynamite level. And that's fucking bad, bro. That's bad. Of all the nights to make not only a memorable moment, but one of the most must-see SmackDowns, literally, in the last 2 years, I don't know why it took WWE to bring AJ Lee back to make this show must-see, captivating, interesting, exciting television. If WWE put their fucking hatred and their pettiness for AEW aside and just worried about what they need to do, knowing that AEW is a wounded fucking animal and it'll probably bleed out and die on its own, which it is right now, quickly. If they worried about themselves and worried what they have to do every single week and focused on putting quality television in front of us every Monday and every Friday, we would be in a better place. I don't like the fact that WWE, all because WrestlePalooza was born 3 weeks ago on September 20th. I don't like that this show basically came out of nowhere and WWE is throwing big gun Brock Lesnar out there, big gun AJ Lee out there. Cody's probably going to be back. Indianapolis, sold out, ESPN. If WWE did this every single PLE, we would be in a good place right now. Why are they giving us better television lately? Why are they giving us better television than they have all year? Because AEW has a show on the same day that they have opted to counter-program. Why are they putting on their best TV? Why are they putting their best foot forward? All because they want to counter-program AEW. It makes you wonder where their true intentions are. Is AEW down that bad? Or is AEW a much-needed presence in the world of pro wrestling to a point where it makes WWE step up their game? I don't know if it's that. If AEW was putting on their best television, which they clearly are not, 472,000 is hardly their best television. Worst rating in the history of Dynamite in 2025. I don't care how you cut it, man. That's not good. And yes, we should not be focused on the ratings. We should not care about the ratings. But when the ratings are that low, it is staring you in the fucking face to a point where you cannot ignore it any longer. I wish WWE put on their best television without the desire to basically harm AEW further. AJ Lee, Brock Lesnar, and everything else that's coming on September 20th is going to be a treat. But I genuinely hope that there's more to putting on great television than just counter-programming AEW. The other thing that I see happening on social media in regards to this, and I'm sure it's going to be accelerated even furthermore after today, coming on into this show, a lot of people from that side, the AEW side, all of a sudden starts spreading the narrative of, oh, AJ Lee is overrated. Oh, AJ Lee, there's nothing special. Oh, WWE dipping into their nostalgia pool all over again. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. Same unintelligent fucking garbage from the AEW sickos every single time something happens on WWE television that they clearly don't understand. This is a wake-up call for everybody on the AEW roster. This is a wake-up call for Tony Khan. This is a wake-up call for all the sickos that watch weekly, which is dwindling week by week. 472,000 with a 18 to 49 demo, sub 0.11. CM Punk is still and forever will be your biggest star. There is not one star on that show that is equal to the amount of star power CM Punk brings to national television. Not one. You could put everybody in a fucking blender all together and you still wouldn't be able to mix all these stars on AEW television. You would not be able to blend all of their star power to equal one CM Punk. CM Punk was driven out of the company after a monumental return on August 20th, 2021. United Center, First Dance, Rampage, which is now canceled, by the way. Everything's great in AEW, but Rampage, the show that CM Punk debuted on, canceled. CM Punk still is and forever will be their biggest star. Everybody in that company drove him out of the entire brand. For what reason? For what reason? Oh, WWE is bringing back AJ Lee for nostalgia, bro. JD. Yeah, that's great. I'm sure if AJ Lee debuted on fucking Dynamite in front of 750 people, everybody would be fucking jerking each other off. All the sickos would be fucking bending over backwards, sucking each other off. Right? Absolutely right. You drove this one man out of the company and you sided with Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. And of all people who hasn't been on television all fucking year, you actually sided, and I have no problem with him at all. I'm actually a fan. You actually sided with Jungle Jack Perry. I don't want to hear any of the sickos cry, bitch, moan, complain, and fucking belittle anybody. You should be belittling the fucking guy that you put your faith and hope and trust in every single week. He was the one who made the decision to fire CM Punk. I guarantee you, I put my fucking name on it. If CM Punk was as happy as he is today in AEW, if he was still in AEW and he was there making sure the television was fruitful and substantial and right and, most importantly, creative, I guarantee you this is a moment that AEW could have had, and CM Punk would have brought back his wife after 10 years to All Elite Wrestling. No doubt about it. You see, when you hear, oh, it's nothing more than a nostalgia trip, oh, she's overrated, oh, she's this, oh, she's that, it means nothing, blah, blah, blah. These are people that are living in a sea of denial, and they don't know how to swim to shore, bro. They live in denial. Every single one of them. All 472,000 of them. They don't know how to handle when they see something that was basically gifted to them succeed elsewhere. Everything is, oh my God, woe is me, oh my God. Everything's against AEW. Bro, if Tony Khan did the right thing and ran a fucking business, he would have chosen their biggest star over fucking Jungle Jack Perry, who hasn't even been on fucking television. Jack Perry ain't drawing a fucking dime. He's not drawing flies to shit. Neither are the Young Bucks, which, by the way, if you look at the metrics, every time they're on TV, the ratings are fucking disaster. So again, tell me, why exactly are you upset that AJ Lee is back on WWE television? Is it because you don't have her? Is it because you don't have CM Punk on your television? Is it because that Tony Khan is a failed leader and someone who has basically lost all credibility with everybody, including the boys? AEW is nothing more than a fucking money pit and a goddamn hobby for Tony Khan, a 43-year-old single middle-aged man who doesn't know how to fucking run a business, four-eyed geek, who drove out their biggest star in hopes that he would get the company back on track without him. And the company has bombed ever since they fired him. In fact, their greatest dynamite, ratings-wise, was one that CM Punk appeared on in backstage footage with Jack Perry. Because they aired it trying to sell it as a storyline, but they were basically petty bitches who wanted to get back at CM Punk to show the world that he was a coward because they were upset with comments he made on Ariel Helwani's podcast. All of this tonight could have been yours. All of this tonight could have been Tony Khan's. You have Tony Khan to thank, chat. You have the Young Bucks to thank, chat. You have Adam Page, the current AEW World Champion, to thank, chat. You got Colt Cabana to thank, chat. You got Jungle Jack Perry to thank, chat. What does this have to do with AJ Lee coming back? Everything. It has everything to do with AJ Lee coming back. AEW is a dying product, no matter what you want to think or not. AEW is certainly changing the game. Absolutely. They changed completely from 2 years ago to a point where they're worse off than WCW ever was. The ratings are absolutely fucking disastrous. Everything's great in AEW. By the numbers, they are not. This all could have been yours. So when you hear, oh, it's nothing more than a nostalgia trip, oh, she's overrated, nobody is saying that AJ Lee is the greatest female professional wrestler of the modern generation. Nobody ever did, and nobody ever will say that. But if you deny AJ Lee's importance to women's wrestling, including all the women that currently exist in AEW, if you deny AJ Lee's importance to women's professional wrestling, who do you think got a social media trend started on Twitter so that the women get better television? Who do you think that was? Charlotte? Nikki Bella? Alexa Bliss? Mercedes Moné? Who was it? It was AJ Lee. Give women a chance is what got trending. Who do you thank for that? Her. And as soon as that got up off the ground, where exactly did we go, chat? We went from Divas belts to proper belts in the women's division, and an NXT women's division was born that basically bred the same women's wrestling that you get today that is now all over the place in main events across the world. A division that is now born probably the most popular superstar in all of pro wrestling when it comes to women's wrestling, Rhea Ripley. Who do you have to thank for that? The woman that showed up tonight to confront Becky Lynch, that made her return after 10 years. So when you want to dumb down AJ Lee because you can't cope with losing your top star still to this very day, when you want to dumb down AJ Lee and call her overrated and nothing more than nostalgia, you are absolutely a clueless fucking brain rot fucking idiot. In every sense of the word. You don't know shit. You should not be talking about pro wrestling. You're nothing more than an engagement farmer with a fucking brain cell shared between all 472,000 of you and dwindling week by week. Can't wait for the ratings to go up next week to 550,000 and the sickos will be running laps around each other, celebrating as if they did 1.5 million. That's how fucking unintelligent they are. Don't listen to these absolutely fucking cave-ridden trolls who haven't showered in 7 fucking days. If you don't believe me, watch Dynamite on Wednesday and see the fucking disaster that is the ECW arena. Do not listen to these fucking ghouls. Don't. If you did not like what happened tonight, if you did not appreciate what happened tonight, if you were not happy for both of them tonight, then maybe this thing called professional wrestling just isn't for you. All the money in the world that Elon pays out for you to fucking be a tribalist and a negative Nancy and all this other shit, constantly tweeting about AEW and it's great and it's fucking fantastic and oh my God, Tony Khan, can I suck your dick, TK? Shut the fuck up. Every single fucking one of you, shut the fuck up. If you are not happy about what you saw tonight, you are genuinely someone who hates professional wrestling. It was great to see her back. In every sense of the word, it was great to see her back. Whether she's back tonight or for WrestlePalooza only, or if this is more of a part-time deal and she's back and she's going to give us more than what we are anticipating at WrestlePalooza. I'm glad that she's back. She looks great. She looks rejuvenated. It's the right time for it to happen. And there's no better place than WWE for this to happen. Because at this point, between me and you, chat, AEW doesn't deserve a fucking dime from anybody to view their own show until they make the appropriate changes to get the man in charge, who's absolutely killing the fucking company, out of the current position that he's in right now. AJ Lee looks incredible, and I'm so fucking happy she's back in WWE. She got signed, huh? She's back for a while. This must have been reported when we were live. We will find out what that is. Chat, let me know what is going on as far as AJ Lee. Who are you hearing this from, and where can I find it so we can talk about it tonight? We're going to go over this show tonight. Thank you very much for all of your support. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post-show right here on Off the Script. I'm, of course, JD from New York. Thank you guys very much for joining me. We're going to get into this. 3,200 people here tonight. Live. You know it's big when SmackDown and the post-show gets over 3,000 plus. Tonight, we're sponsored by our great friends over at BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/script. You guys can get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/scripts. They are the largest online therapy provider in the world, and BetterHelp provides access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Tonight, we're sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/script. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all of the content on the channel. Currently, there are extras. There are videos during the day galore. We were live on Monday for Raw. Tuesday night, Titans with the Sala Monster. Episode 110 live. And Jesse and I killing the game on Wednesdays with the AEW Dynamite post-show. Our post-shows are more exciting than the actual show on Wednesday night on TBS. Go check all that stuff out. Got a video coming tomorrow. We go over the very sad details about the downfall of Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle supposedly stole money, took a deposit from an independent pro wrestling company and refused to pay it back, as this company supposedly ran a charity event, and he blasted fans and the company online in some sort of weird miscommunication. And in the same breath, he called CM Punk a creep for creeping around the NXT women's locker room, and he called AJ Lee a whore. That's tomorrow's video. I don't think you guys are going to want to miss that one. So make sure you guys tune into that. It's already uploaded. I may upload it for you guys member-wise. All my VIPs may get it early. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Hit that thumbs up. We need 125 more likes. We're almost at 900. 125 more likes for 1,000 likes. And super chats are open. Get them on in. We got some bombs tonight. Make sure you guys get them on in, man. I appreciate all the energy. So make sure you guys get them on in tonight right here on Off the Script. The super chats are open. We will hang out at the end of tonight's live stream. Matt Riddle needs better help. Yes, Matt Riddle needs better help, bro. Absolutely. That's a great segue, man. I like that. I like that. Triple H tweet, JD. Let's go to the socials, folks. Let's go to the socials. Triple H tweeted something out. You can always come home. Welcome back at the AJ Mendez. 46 minutes ago, already 40,000 likes. Oh, my goodness, man. That is fucking crazy. AJ Lee sign. Oh, here we go. This is from Triple H. Also, AJ Lee signing her WWE contract, ink to paper, the calm before the storm. You mean to tell me that they didn't have the cameras rolling for WWE Unreal Season 2, folks? Absolutely. Seth Rollins and his cash in at SummerSlam will be a part of Unreal Season 2. AJ Lee coming back to WWE will be a part of Unreal Season 2. Brock Lesnar and the secretive return of him at SummerSlam will be on Unreal Season 2. You see what WWE's doing, folks. You see what WWE is doing. SmackDown. We started things off the only way we know how, and that is John Cena. John Cena's last Friday night SmackDown ever. The last appearance on Friday Night SmackDown for John Cena. There was news today in regards to John Cena and where he will be for his retirement at the end of 2025. John Cena's final match now officially has a location. The original plan was for a Boston farewell, which had been in place for some time. It was first mentioned publicly by Cena's own father in an interview with local Boston media. The initial reports on December 13th, Saturday night's main event, also had the show pegged at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. The reason for this pivot by WWE is currently unknown. The change now is that Cena's farewell is slated to take place on December 13th, Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. at the Capital One Arena. Now, this was actually reported today by WrestleVotes. They put it out there. TC from WrestleVotes, shout out to him. He actually had me take a couple of stabs in the night on it. I thought that they would counter-program it with something AEW, but I was completely off. I did not, and I don't think anybody really had guessed Washington, D.C. Now, apparently the reason why it's not Boston, Massachusetts is there is some political garbage going on with WWE and the city of Boston. Apparently, WWE, for events like this that are going to garner a massive audience, WWE, unlike AEW, where Tony Khan pays the venue and pays the city to bring AEW and not the other way around, WWE shopped John Cena's retirement match and his final match for the event around, and Boston apparently did not pony up the money. Washington, D.C. was the number one bidder, and apparently that is what really broke everything down. So TD Garden, no more. Washington, D.C. is now the new place for John Cena's farewell match, against whom we don't know. I personally want it to be Gunther. The way John Cena is wrestling right now, I think that would be an unbelievable farewell match for John Cena in a losing effort, honestly. Gunther beats John Cena. Gunther becomes the new legend killer. He takes John Cena's retirement, and it's almost like It's almost like Energon for the fucking Autobots and the Decepticons, man. He just takes it, he fucking harvests it, and he goes on to do bigger and better things. That's what I hope for. Now, there are others on the list that I would love to see him wrestle. Drew McIntyre being one of them. That could also be a great farewell match. AJ Styles, I'd love to see it. I don't think it's happening. I think Cena said it's also not happening. I don't know how many of these matches we have left. Lesnar's the next one on September 20th. That was made official tonight. But John Cena's schedule is very, very slim. After tonight in Chicago, he's got 9/15, September 15th in Springfield, Monday Night Raw. September 20th, WrestlePalooza, Indianapolis. Crown Jewel, October 11th in Perth. Monday Night Raw, November 10th in Boston. So that will be his last time in Boston. Monday Night Raw on November 10th. November 17th at Madison Square Garden for Monday Night Raw. Survivor Series, November 29th in San Diego. And then Saturday night's main event, that's December 13th in Washington, D.C. So looking at the TV tapings here, going into WrestlePalooza, we got tonight and we got 9/15 in Springfield. That's it. And then the match with Lesnar takes place on September 20th. Lesnar will be outside tonight. He was on tonight's show, September 12th and September 19th. So Lesnar, I pray to God, we get some sort of explanation as to why he's attacking John Cena. There needs to be some sort of explanation. Cena and Lesnar will not be on TV until we get to WrestlePalooza. Together. They will not be on TV together until we get to WrestlePalooza. Crown Jewel. There are no appearances on TV for John Cena before Crown Jewel in Perth. Now, I don't know what that means for him wrestling. How do you set up a match when he's not on television? Same thing going into Survivor Series. There's only two Raws, Boston and New York City. Who he wrestles at Survivor Series, I don't know. And then we got Saturday night's main event happening legitimately 2 weeks after Survivor Series, and that's it for John Cena. So it's going to be crazy how WWE manages who Cena wrestles at Crown Jewel, Survivor Series, and Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. on December 13th. Literally 3 matches left, minus the WrestlePalooza match, 4 matches. How is WWE going to navigate that? Who are they going to put on TV with him? And how is he going to build how is his opponent, rather, going to build a match when he is not on TV going into at least Crown Jewel? It's crazy. So that's the news there. John Cena's last match, Washington, D.C. at the Capital One Arena. He starts SmackDown off as John Cena. Loud reaction. Everybody cheering John Cena. Thank you, Cena. Huge ovation. Cena said it meant a lot to him, especially coming from the Chicago crowd. He mentioned that when he started his farewell tour, he was told to enjoy it, but he was coming off a lot of bad years, so he fought hard to give great work so he could get his mojo back. He admitted that tonight he had nothing planned because tonight he just wanted to have fun. Cena acknowledged that his normal reaction in this town was usually the opposite. It's usually more like, fuck you, Cena. Cena claimed that we are in for one exciting night tonight and acknowledged that this would be his last appearance in Chicago and his last appearance on SmackDown. He viewed this as a beautiful moment because 23 years ago, he came down this very ramp and slapped Kurt Angle, which started an over 2-decade ride. He ran down some of the matches he had in this arena against Triple H, the US Open challenges, and CM Punk, where CM Punk took the WWE Championship belt from John Cena and it ended up in Punk's refrigerator in this very city. Cena stated that Chicago is the best WWE crowd and that there are many debates backstage in the WWE locker room on what the greatest WWE crowd is. Cena, of course, said that was Chicago. All of a sudden, Sami Zayn's music hit when Cena thanked them and he was ready to leave. Cena stopped dead in his tracks as he was exiting the ring, stopped, and Sami Zayn came down the aisle. Sami Zayn's the new United States champion. He beat Solo Sikoa last week in the main event, whom we did not see tonight. A Friday night without the MFTs. Sounds good to me, bro. Sami Zayn got a strong reaction coming out. People were singing his song. As soon as the music died down and Sami Zayn got in the ring and stood face to face with John Cena, Sami Zayn got audibly booed in Chicago. Now, I don't know. Between me and you, chat, I don't know what the deal is with Sami Zayn and why people are now indifferent to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's not the World Heavyweight Champion. He's not the WWE Champion. He's not going for either of the World Championships right now. I don't know what it is where fans tonight, maybe it's just a Chicago thing. Maybe they didn't want Sami Zayn interrupting John Cena in his moment, and they responded the only way they knew how. It's also something that I'm starting to see on social media. I don't understand where the Sami Zayn indifference is coming from. Maybe some of you in the chat can fill me in. Maybe it's something I don't really know or I'm not privy to. I don't know. I have no problem with Sami Zayn whatsoever. Maybe they wanted Lesnar. They wanted Lesnar in that spot. Sure. You got Brock Lesnar, though, which we'll get to in a little bit. Some of the chat says he's boring. He's kind of stagnant. Sammy sucks. Maybe they're all carrying Cross fans. Is it really Sami Zayn fatigue? I don't know if there is. Listen, you guys can feel fatigued on whatever you want to feel fatigued about. I don't feel any Sami Zayn fatigue. I don't think I've ever looked down on Sami Zayn. Maybe it is Sami Zayn fatigue. I don't know. I genuinely wonder if it has anything to do with his political affiliations on social media, because he's been someone that has been very open about what he's for and against on social media. I don't know. You got to give him some credit, though. He doesn't really give a shit what people think, and he just expresses himself how he feels. There's got to be some level of respect there. He's out there. He's getting booed. You could have seen that it bothered Sami Zayn just a little bit. He was actually taken aback by it. He was a little verklempt about it. He started talking, and the crowd booed him even louder. Zayn said thank you to Cena on behalf of everyone in the back and for everything Cena did for him. Zayn reminded everyone that his first match on the WWE main roster was a United States Championship match against John Cena. Now he stands here as the United States Champion. Zayn told Cena he wanted to carry on Cena's tradition and start the Sami Zayn US Open Challenge. Cena thought that was a great idea. Thank you, Sami, for coming up with that. You have my blessing. And he was ready to leave the ring again. He didn't even want to be in there. Sami Zayn said, no, don't leave so soon. Zayn said it would be his honor to give Cena the first shot at the United States Championship now that he beat Solo Sikoa last week. So the first opponent in the Sami Zayn US Open Challenge is John Cena right here, right now, in Chicago. Zayn then told Cena, if you want some, come get some. The United States Championship has not felt important since the John Cena US Open Challenge, and that was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, John Cena held the United States Championship and defended it up and down 2015. Some of the names that John Cena wrestled during the US Open Challenge. It was, honestly, from me, coming out of an era where John Cena was forced down our throats and coming off of everything that we've seen with Vince McMahon and top baby faces before him. Shawn Michaels. John Cena was the one that followed in the footsteps of Shawn Michaels, and he was nothing more than a modern-day Hulk Hogan. That's what Vince McMahon was looking for. I could not stand it. Coming from the era in which I became a fan, and I loathe Hulk Hogan red and yellow. I couldn't stand it anymore. Started off loving it. He just grew to be indifferent towards it. So to see John Cena do the same thing, minus the yellow and red, I'm like, bro, I don't believe as an adult I got to sit through this all over again. It's when he won the United States Championship, a lot of our eyes opened to how good John Cena really was. And a lot of that has to do with the people that he was actually in the ring with. See, the US Open Challenge, when John Cena did it, gave opportunities to guys that you would never in 1,000 lifetimes see in a ring with John Cena. It was almost forbidden because Vince McMahon would never allow it. Dean Ambrose. Stardust. You know who he is, right? Bad News Barrett, which I love and miss the gimmick of Bad News Barrett. I'm afraid I got some bad news. Kane. Rusev. Sami Zayn. Neville. And one that sticks out of every name on this list is Cesaro. Neville also sticks out as well. Zack Ryder was another one of them. Kevin Owens was one of them. That was at Battleground in 2015. Seth Rollins. Him and Seth Rollins went back and forth, which was a great feud. Xavier Woods, Big E, Dolph Ziggler. He even wrestled Alberto Del Rio at Hell in a Cell in 2015, something I don't really even remember, nor do I care to go back to see Alberto Del Rio even wrestle. The US Open Challenge from John Cena was a very pivotal part of his career, one that I look on and look at it very fondly. So to see this happen tonight in the way that they laid it out, it was a beautiful thing. It's John Cena's last SmackDown. He's simply there because it's his last time in Chicago. Chicago has some symbolism to John Cena. He debuted in Chicago. He is ending his career in Chicago here for the final SmackDown he will ever appear on. Sami Zayn is conveniently on this brand. He is conveniently the United States champion. I mean, it's just beautiful the way that it all was laid out tonight. So I have absolutely no problem with it. I know the sickos are probably complaining and clipping me. Oh, well, JD complained about Riho coming back on Wednesday. Where's the complaints, JD, from NY206? I don't know. Who the fuck wants to see Riho on television, you fucking fat ghoul? Give me a break. This was beautiful. And the match itself was fucking really good. I wish it wasn't fucking destroyed by constant commercial breaks. I feel like we got 3 commercial breaks in this fucking thing. Commercial after commercial after fucking commercial. This was a very good TV match. They went nearly 20 minutes. I have to reiterate this. Fuck The Rock. This guy gave us heel John Cena with no fucking follow-up. We got heel John Cena March, April, May, June, July. It took us legitimately a week before SummerSlam for this guy to say, you know what? Fuck this heel run. I'm over. I'm over it. John Cena has given us a match with Cody at SummerSlam, which was a fucking banger. A match with Logan Paul last weekend at Clash in Paris, which was a fucking banger. And a match here with Sami Zayn, which in the TV realm, with commercial after fucking commercial, was also a TV banger. The last time John Cena wrestled on TV, he teamed with Cody Rhodes against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul coming out of SummerSlam. And the main event was riddled with commercial, and John Cena teamed with Cody Rhodes. It only went 4 minutes of TV time, and basically all we seen of John Cena was him hitting the 5 moves of doom. They went 20 minutes tonight for the United States title. I don't know how anybody has a problem with that. Cena and Zayn locked up in the middle of the ring. Zayn arm dragged John Cena. John Cena arm dragged Sami Zayn. Zayn attempted a springboard leapfrog. He missed and miscalculated, but after that, he clotheslined John Cena down to the ground. Zayn delivered a suplex on Cena, looked for another one. However, Cena countered Zayn with a suplex of his own. Zayn whipped Cena into the corner. Still getting booed, by the way, with Sami Zayn. Cena threw Zayn with a hard Irish whip into the other corner, and he flew into the corner. We go to a commercial break. We come back from the break. Zayn is being hoisted up by Cena for an AA. Sami Zayn escapes. Cena turns Zayn's attempt at a springboard move into a successful attitude adjustment. And as usual with his opponents, the first AA, everybody kicks out of. Sami kicked out. Zayn tried to hit an exploder suplex. And that got turned around into a Kevin Owens pop-up powerbomb by John Cena. It's cute that John Cena is paying homage to all the people that he will not be in the ring with during this final run. Paying homage to them by using their signature maneuvers. I actually quite like it. Both men struggled to get up in their opposite corners. Cena charged at Zayn, but missed, ended up hitting the corner. Zayn missed a haluva kick, and he was hit with an angle slam by John Cena. He got a 2 count off the angle slam. Both men get themselves up in the middle of the ring. We got the boo and yeah trading strike spot until they took one another down with clotheslines, and we go into a double down. We go into a second commercial break. During the commercial break, we got a picture-in-picture. Cena once again paid tribute to Kurt Angle with an ankle lock on Sami Zayn. He responded with an attitude adjustment on John Cena, so he hit one of his own. Cena kicked out, of course, of his own finish. Zayn hits a haluva kick on Cena. He gets a 2 count. Cena kicked out barely before the 3 count. Zayn dragged Cena to the middle of the ring before he headed up top. Cena got up quickly, hoisted Zayn up for a GTS. Ankle lock, GTS. He hits the pop-up powerbomb. He hit a Styles Clash at Clash in Paris on Logan Paul. He hit an End of Days on Logan Paul, which is Baron Corbin's move, one of the best finishers of the modern era. It got to a point where the fans in Chicago knew exactly what John Cena was doing, and they played into it. GTS wasn't enough to pin Sami Zayn. Cena sized Zayn up in the corner, and then he hits another signature move. Michael Cole called it the Roman Reigns spear, but if we can go off what we've been seeing so far, his greatest rival, or one of his greatest rivals, is not Roman Reigns. One of his greatest rivals is actually Edge. So this was more of a homage to Copeland than it was to Roman Reigns. He hits a spear. Very good one. Zayn kicked out. Crowd starts chanting for an RKO. John Cena sized Sami Zayn up for an RKO. Zayn counted that. He's seen it coming. He immediately put Zayn on the top rope. He looked for an avalanche AA. He hit the avalanche AA. Both men were down because he basically launched Sami Zayn 75% across the ring. So before he could go make the cover and ultimately win the United States Championship, Brock Lesnar's music interrupted. Lesnar looks as beastly as ever. Long hair, goatee, cowboy hat, ripped t-shirt. He looks like a fucking savage. He's out there, crowd erupts. He walks down the aisle. He pulls this poor schmuck referee out of the ring, which the bell didn't even ring to signal the end of the match. The referee was absolutely fucking destroyed here. Pulled him out. He gets in the ring. He hits an F5 on Sami Zayn. He puts Cena on his shoulders and delivered not one, but 2 F5s. He danced, or he did his bounce. He exited the ring, picked up his cowboy hat, put it back on, walked up the ramp. He went through Guilia. And we saw Brock Lesnar walking through Guilia, and he said, Cena, I'll see you at WrestlePalooza, bitch. And he walked away. The most shocking thing of all is that they actually had Brock Lesnar say the word WrestlePalooza. Doesn't seem like the type of word that Brock Lesnar would use. It's not the type of word that is in Brock Lesnar's vocabulary, WrestlePalooza. It's kind of silly. I think everybody anticipated when this match was made, and it being for the United States Championship, that Brock Lesnar was about to come on out and cause a no contest here or a DQ. And that's exactly what we got. I don't mind that we get a Lesnar appearance because it made sense. The match was made September 20th. It is now official. Lesnar, Cena, Indianapolis, WrestlePalooza. We have 2 weeks left. We have 2 appearances for Brock Lesnar, which are advertised to be September 12th and September 19th. And then WrestlePalooza happens the next day on Saturday, September 20th. Him and Cena is official. We have yet now, in 2 Brock Lesnar appearances, SummerSlam, he shows up out of nowhere and F5s him. Tonight, he shows up and delivers 2 F5s to Cena. We have yet to get a explanation or a reason why Lesnar has targeted John Cena. I make fun of AEW for this very thing. And I called it out every single week for 4 fucking months when Brock Lesnar feuded with Cody Rhodes after he lost to Roman Reigns the first time at WrestleMania. Do we ever know, or did we ever know, rather? Did we ever find out, or did we ever know why Brock Lesnar attacked Cody Rhodes? They feuded for 3 straight PLEs and 4 straight months. We never got one single fucking explanation. And for months and months and months and months, I had WWE elitists tell me, oh, Brock Lesnar just comes and does what he wants. We don't need an explanation. Motherfucker, if something like this happened on your favorite television show and we got from point A to point B with no explanation, wouldn't you be doing the same thing and asking why? Tony Khan does this every single fucking week, and I ask why. Riho. Who? Riho. Riho came out on Wednesday and attacked Mercedes Moné. She held up the TBS title, looked at it, and we got a graphic for All Out. Mercedes defends against Riho at the pay-per-view. Do you care on explaining to me why? Or am I supposed to fabricate some weird fucking storyline to plug in because you refuse to give me one? 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks to give me a fucking reason. Lesnar could speak for himself. I know the man's got a voice. 2 weeks. You need to give us a reason as to why he attacked John Cena. I don't give a shit what it is. But for being gone for 2 years, for you to show up now, I think you owe us all an explanation. I'm not even speaking about Brock. I'm speaking about the fucking people that write this shit. 2 weeks. Give me a reason of why. It could be something as simple as John Cena's last year. I'm not going to let you walk away without me ending you first. That's it. That's it. I don't need to fabricate what Brock Lesnar's thinking because they refuse to tell me. It's your job. It's your job to write and your job to tell me and your job to portray that to the viewer watching at home. Any questions? This was a great match. Cena's doing the best work, basically, that we've seen of him in 10 years. Fucking great. Makes me wish that he honestly was not retiring if this is what we're getting from John Cena. But you can see that through his actions, John Cena hated being a fucking heel. And everything that was said about John Cena, he just goes with the flow. He rolls with the punches. He does exactly what he is asked to do, and he asks no questions back. You can tell that's the way he operates. And he hated his fucking heel run. The way he's wrestling now, you just know he hated everything about March, April, May, June, and July. He hated those 5 months. I'm just glad that we're actually getting the best version of John Cena that we possibly could be getting right now before he says goodbye. Great shit. This was a great open to the show. The Lesnar appearance made sense. WrestlePalooza with Cena and Lesnar now official. And Sami Zayn got one hell of a match out of John Cena. Backstage, Nick Aldis. He wanted to address what was going on with Brock Lesnar showing up on SmackDown. We did not see Nick Aldis for the rest of the show. Carmelo Hayes walked up to Nick Aldis, though. He wanted a United States Championship match because now we have a US Open challenge. If you're going to give me Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes, man, inject it into my blood. That's going to be awesome. The Miz interrupted Carmelo Hayes again. He tried to get a WWE Tag Team title match for him and Melo against the Wyatt Six. Aldis wanted nothing to do with this conversation right now. And Aldis says, listen, I have other things to attend to. I will take it under advisement. And he walked off. Carmelo did not seem unhappy with The Miz speaking on his behalf again. Miz told him to be happy. I just got us a tag team title match potentially. Melo said, I didn't want a tag team title match. I wanted a U.S. title match. Sami's got a U.S. Open challenge. I didn't want this match. So they're still selling the tension between Melo to Miz, and Miz not really paying attention to what Melo is feeling. Damian Priest. He went one-on-one with Aleister Black. This was a match a few weeks in the making here. This was supposed to happen, I believe, last week, and it did not happen. Tonight in Chicago, we got it. Nothing really crazy to write home about here. This was a fine TV match, nothing more, nothing less. Priest made his entrance. Black attacked Priest during his entrance, and it actually turned into a brawl before the bell rang, with Aleister Black getting the advantage over Damian Priest. He drove him into the barricade, and we go into a commercial break with Damian Priest being beaten up before the match officially starts. So Priest walked his way back into the ring. He got kicked in the head by Black. Both guys are in the ring. Match began. Bell rings. Priest missed the punch. He was loopy and completely out of it. Black took over with another kick. Priest recovered with a surprise headbutt to Black out of nowhere. He comes back with a modified crucifix submission hold on Damian Priest. Black took Priest down with a top rope Meteora for a 2 count. And we go into another commercial. We just got back from a commercial and we go right into a commercial. Why Black and Priest needs 2 commercials, I don't fucking know. Come back from the commercial, Priest and Black. They're on the top rope. Priest had Black stunned, hoisted high up for a razor's edge. Black escaped, spinning back elbow, followed by a running knee, covers Damian for a near fall. Priest struck Black from the corner with a pair of elbows of his own, followed by a wicked clothesline. Priest maintained some offense here with some elbows, and that left Aleister Black in trouble. He goes up top. He kind of pays homage to The Undertaker with this ugly-looking old-school move. I don't know why he does the crossbody. It looks so ineffective. I don't understand. You could do old school, but if you're going to do old school, do old school. He tries to do old school and tries to make it a little different. In this case, I get what you're trying to do, but it's so not impactful. I don't even know why he does it to do it. I don't really get it. So he does this weird looking old school crossbody, and he sends Black rolling to the outside. Black slammed with a flatliner on the apron as Priest sets aside the announce table. He pulls everything off of it. Priest lifted Black above him and threw him onto the table with a razor's edge. Table did not break. Fans are chanting, one more time, one more time. He instead throws Black back in the ring. Black tried to beg Priest away. He then was lifted for a South of Heaven was Black, but Black created distraction with the referee. It's weird back and forth with the referee. He got involved. He got in the middle of it. All this distraction led to Damian Priest being hit with a Black Mass for the 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest beats, Aleister Black beats Damian Priest with the Black Mass. 1, 2, 3. Decent match here. Hard-hitting match. And I do think the right guy won. Aleister Black certainly needed this win after his run-ins with R-Truth and this delay in between for this match happening. Damian Priest at this point seems ice cold. And I don't know what WWE has to do to reheat him up, but ever since he was removed from the Judgment Day, there was this little period where you thought he was going to remain a solid mid-card act. I mean, this is a former world champion here. And he seems so insignificant on the show. He was battling a couple of injuries here and there. He took some time away from TV here and there. But Aleister Black is certainly the right guy to win this match. I don't know what they do to reheat Damian Priest up here. It may be impossible. I certainly do not care as much as I did about Damian Priest. We got a Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton promo back and forth. This was sponsored by Twisted Tea. Yes, we got a Twisted Tea sponsored promo between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. They exchange words here ahead of their match next week on Friday Night SmackDown. So SmackDown is being loaded up next week. We got Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton, and we got Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton on next week's SmackDown. And Brock Lesnar will be there as well. McIntyre said that Orton was just mad because he wasn't willing to pull the trigger, but he would. Orton said that McIntyre doesn't know what's coming to him. It was announced that they will wrestle each other next week. Like I said, Brock Lesnar will also return next week, and Tiffany Stratton will defend her women's championship against Jade Cargill. So there is a chance that that could also be added to the WrestlePalooza card, but I don't think so. And I do think that they are keeping that situation to the TV shows. Kathy Kelly, speaking of Jade, Kathy Kelly asked her opponent Tiffany Stratton about her title defense against Jade Cargill next week. Stratton said that Cargill likes the sound of her own voice even more than Stratton likes the sound of hers. She said that next week Cargill won't have to worry about my foot being on the ropes because it will be stuck right up her eye of the storm. I'm sure there are some people in the chat that would be very happy to see that happen. I know I would be. Cargill was shown watching what Stratton said from a monitor in the back. Nia Jax walked up and pointed out that Cargill already lost to Tiffany Stratton and didn't deserve a title shot. Cargill told her to get out of her way or she will catch these hands. Like Braun Strowman. She will catch these hands tonight. Is there anything more awful than this SmackDown Women's Division? Genuinely awful. Where is Bianca Belair? Can we get her back, please? Nick Aldis confronted Becky Lynch somewhere backstage. Lynch pretended she had no idea that CM Punk was in the building. Aldis told her there could not be any more issues tonight. Lynch said she would give Aldis some space and walk off. Oh, there was issues tonight. there was issues tonight. No doubt about it. Oh, my goodness, man. Look at this fucking guy coming in here with a... Oh, my goodness. We got Anthony King coming in here with a $100 super chat. Anthony King simply says, best in the world.
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you so very much. And thank you guys for showing up big here tonight, man. The #1 live stream in the entire IWC. And there's nobody better. Who better? Nobody. Thank you guys, man. Appreciate you guys very much. Love you guys. Thank you for showing the excitement for what happened tonight on SmackDown. When you're excited, I'm excited. And the shows are just that much better. Giulia. She's with Kiana James versus Michin. And this match went 8 minutes. I'm surprised it even went 8 minutes. I don't know why. There's a couple of things I don't know. I don't know why Giulia and her United States Championship run is being treated like such an afterthought. These championships were created to make the division more competitive. Meanwhile, the only champion or the only challenger, I should say, that has really challenged for this championship between Zelina Vega, Chelsea Green, and now Giulia is Michin. If this is what they had thought of when the United States Championships were created, then everybody in that boardroom, everybody on that writing team should be removed immediately. The misuse of Giulia on this show, the misuse of Giulia on the main roster in the WWE should absolutely be studied. I don't know what happened here. I don't. Did Giulia upset somebody? Did Giulia say something to somebody that maybe she shouldn't have? Did she answer somebody in creative the wrong way? Why is Giulia such a fucking afterthought? I don't get it. I'm not worried about Stephanie Vaquer. They both got called up at the same time. I'm not worried about Stephanie Vaquer. You could see that WWE is more invested in Stephanie than they are Giulia. At least Stephanie's on the fucking PLE, the biggest PLE that WWE's doing all year on September 20th against Io Sky for the vacant Women's World Championship. Stephanie hasn't wrestled all through the month of August. Not one match. She's been off the show for 5 weeks. Next week, she will be on Monday Night Raw on a contract signing with Io to make this match official at WrestlePalooza. They got called up at the same time. Stephanie actually beat Giulia to become not only the North American champion, but the NXT Women's Champion. Giulia was the NXT Women's Champion. She got called up, and she has absolutely flopped. WWE Creative's fault. She has failed. The creative team have failed Giulia on the main roster. Do they not know what they have in her, or was she called up way too soon? Which is it? Do they just not care? Is this a sink or swim type situation for Giulia, and she's quickly sinking, if not already at the fucking bottom of the ocean? Which is it? The lack of effort in Giulia's run, from opponents to in-ring quality to overall title defenses, TV time, Everything about it is just fucking it's irrelevant. Unimportant. I don't know why or how we got here. This is a division. They went after Giulia so fucking hard, and you would think that she would be a centerpiece for years to come. What is taking them so long? It just makes you think that they don't care. Why did you call her up if you have absolutely nothing planned for her? Kiana James is barely a fucking idea. Giulia doesn't need Kiana James. Kiana James should have been on her own. The whole division needs stars. And this is what you're doing. If you were not ready for her, then why did you call her up? You should have just left her where she was. She was actually getting over there. You brought her up to not feature her on television. How exactly do you think she's going to get a reaction from the audience? She doesn't appear on TV. She doesn't cut any fucking promos. You put a mouthpiece with her that speaks for her, and then you give her barely any fucking television time. And when she does, it's matches like this with Michin, who are fucking useless. Michin gets zero reaction. There is not another woman that is as heatless as Michin on the main roster. And every single time the U.S. title's got to be defended, there's fucking Michin, and I'm reaching for the fucking remote control. I never heard a Chicago crowd as large as this, so fucking quiet, sitting in silence, with Giulia and Michin in the ring for 8 minutes. 8 minutes felt like 18 fucking minutes. Again, this Giulia run got to be studied. Meanwhile, all the people that complained about Zelina Vega and the fact that she had the title taken from her, and everybody asked why, you're proving those people right. Not like Zelina was fucking over. She's just as fucking dead as Michin. And she's as dead as Giulia. The only thing is, Julia's a better wrestler than both of them combined. You proved all those people that complained about Zelina right. You took the title to put it on Giulia, and you did nothing with Giulia, just like you did nothing with Zelina. Why? Why was this title created if this is the best you got? Look at Becky Lynch with the IC title. We've gotten some bangers with Lyra. We've gotten a banger with Bayley. The IC title is so more important than the United States Championship, and they're supposed to serve the same purpose. Meanwhile, you do nothing to make the U.S. title stand on its own as a credible title in the division. Don't know why you created it. We were better off with just one title. One mid-card title. But here you are creating another title, and the fact that it even exists, it makes everything else seem that much less prestigious. The women's division sucks on Friday night. The mid-card title sucks on Friday night. The tag team division is basically Charlotte and Alexa plus the Secret Service, and that is it. And Tiffany Stratton's world title and the amount of challenge she has at the top of that division is fucking useless. The entire division is washed. But we got Michin challenging for the U.S. title again. This was a complete waste of time. Michin wanted eat defeat. Giulia countered into a sit-out driver. She got a 2 count out of it. Giulia hit some kicks. Michin lifted her up and dropped her with a sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. Kiana James got up on the apron and tried to distract Michin, but Michin dropped her face first with a Hurricane Rana through the ropes. Giulia took advantage of this distraction, hits the Arrivederci, the running knee, which even that looks weak. And Giulia covered Michin for the 1-2-3, and she retains the United States Championship. Get Michin off television and get Giulia some fucking TV time so the crowd could start growing on her. or she could start growing on the crowd. Charlotte Flair. She was in the trainer's room sitting on a doctor's desk. Or not a doctor's desk. She was sitting on one of them lie-down examining tables. Apparently, Chelsea Green and Alba Fire have rendered Charlotte useless. They banged up her knee. Flair was crying in the back how nothing ever good happens to her in Chicago. And while she was apparently waiting to see a doctor for her injured leg, Alexa walked in, and she had Lily, the doll, with her, and she said, "Dr. Lily will see you now." The doctor will see you now. Yes, Dr. Britt Baker will see you now from Guantanamo Bay. Dr. Lily has more TV time than DMD. Believe that? Bliss tried to check on Flair's heart rate and told her she needed to rest. She says they could get their revenge later. Bliss said the power of friendship could heal their pain. Flair wondered if she was cleared to wrestle or not. Innocent enough. Not enough to make me care about what they do in the tag team division, though. Seth Rollins' music played. He walks out through the crowd. He is not really in a skybox, but he's in the mezzanine. He's standing in a little box all by himself. He's got the crowd around him singing along. Rollins appeared in the aisleway holding up his world championship. Chicago. Tonight, we are all witnesses to history because tonight, the legends of your hero, CM Punk, dies right here, right now. The crowd chanted for Punk, obviously. Rollins said to do the honors would be the greatest female wrestler in the history, the Intercontinental Champion, my sexy, brilliant, incredible Irish wife, Becky Lynch. Becky came out to the stage with her theme music being a crowd killer as usual. Man, do I miss the old Becky Lynch theme, huh? Lynch got in the ring and the crowd legitimately rained AJ Lee chants on Becky Lynch. Lynch was upset because Chicago was chanting someone else's name again while she was in the ring. She complained about this to CM Punk on Monday, and she said, when I was in the WWE, when you went away for 10 years, people were chanting your name during my matches, taking away from my hard work. Now they're chanting Punk's wife's name. Lynch reminded everyone again that Sports Illustrated and the Chicago Tribune said she was the greatest female wrestler of all time. She then goes on a tirade saying the Chicago Blackhawks, the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago White Sox, and the Chicago Bulls all suck. I think she told a Chicago Bulls player in the crowd that he sucks as well. Don't know who it was. And then she said, and your hero, CM Punk, sucks. Cue CM Punk. Crowd sang CM Punk's music. He came out to the stage. He looked at his watch, pointed to the crowd. It's clobbering time. Everybody knows. He threw out the first pitch at the Chicago Cubs game today, afternoon game at Wrigley. He had a Cubs jersey on when he entered the building earlier, and he put on some new merch to showcase off in this segment. Punk went to the ring. Despite the fact that Punk was in the ring alone with Becky Lynch, Rollins was laughing from the box that he was in the crowd. He did not move. He did not move to join his wife in the ring, as it was once again Becky Lynch and CM Punk face to face. As he's just laughing from the crowd and waving and kind of teasing Punk from afar. Just like he said on Raw, Punk said, this wasn't about you, Becky. It was about your coward of a husband who's hiding behind the Vision and Paul Heyman and his goons And now he's hiding behind his wife. Basically what Punk said on Monday. Lynch asked Punk how his face felt after Monday. How his pride felt after Monday. Crowd once again starts chanting for AJ Lee, AJ Lee. Lynch told them to shut up, and Punk told her to shut up. If the city of Chicago wants to chant AJ Lee's name, then let them chant AJ Lee's name. Punk said that Lynch should have stuck her nose in someone else's business, not his. Punk says he could snap his fingers in Chicago and one of his sisters sitting front row would jump the guardrail and beat the shit out of you. They show Punk's sister on camera waving. Becky said, yeah, she sucks too. He says he could call Bailey and have her beat Lynch's ass. Punk says he could call what do they call her? The Annihilator? Rhea Ripley? He says he could call Rhea Ripley. And she would show up and take care of Becky Lynch. Oh, the Eradicator, they call her. The Annihilator. I'm thinking Nia Jax. The Eradicator. Eradicator, Annihilator. The Boring Nader. The Eradicator, Rhea Ripley. Lynch started slapping Punk again after he mentioned Rhea Ripley's name and taunting him. Rollins is still laughing and danced like an idiot in the crowd. Punk quietly and calmly left the ring. Lynch called Punk an embarrassment to the city of Chicago, and that's saying a lot. Punk says he'd never put his hands on a lady ever, but thankfully he had someone who would. AJ Lee's old theme music played. She did not get Def Rebelled on this evening, chat. AJ Lee's music played, and the crowd legitimately at the Allstate Arena melted the roof of the Allstate Arena. AJ Lee came out on stage. Lynch is stunned. Rollins stunned. Punk looked as proud as he could be as his wife skipped to ringside. She skipped all the way around the ring, smiled at her husband in a very cutesy way like she used to do. She stared up at Lynch, and she was by the apron of the ring next to CM Punk, looking at Becky Lynch, all lovey-dovey. Becky Lynch couldn't believe what she was looking at. We got AJ Lee getting in the ring for the first time in 10 years as the crowd rained holy shit chants in Chicago. She gets in the ring. She starts skipping about the ring near the ropes, and she's pacing back and forth. Becky Lynch charged at AJ Lee first. AJ speared Becky Lynch down to the ground and started some ground and pound. Lynch tried to escape, but AJ dragged her back into the ring and unloaded some more punches. She does another great-looking Luthez press, more ground and pound. Becky tries to escape. AJ grabs Becky by the hair. She licked her hand and smacked Becky right across the face. Lynch retreated to ringside as she was stumbling right in front of CM Punk, with Rollins, who now made his way from the box to the ringside area, standing behind the barricade. He did not want to get by ringside. He did not even stand by his wife. CM Punk got into the ring. He held up AJ Lee. They kissed. She jumped into his arms. And that's the show as they went off the air. This was presented in the best way possible. Everybody expected it. If WWE didn't deliver it, I don't think there'd be a single WWE employee that would be able to make it out of the Allstate Arena alive. Really. This was presented perfectly. It was set up perfectly from Clash in Paris, going into Monday, and then going into tonight. There was no other city for this to happen but Chicago. The way that it worked out, unbelievable. You can't script shit like that. How long ago this was planned in advance, I don't know. seemingly from Triple H's social media. She is now back. She is now back with the WWE. She signed a contract. WrestlePalooza is made official. She looks incredible. Legitimately incredible. You could not envision a better looking AJ Lee than she did the way she looked tonight. She did not age a single fucking year in 10 years. Not a single year. She looks better today than she did 10 years ago. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Wholeheartedly. She looks better than she did 10 years ago. I said everything I said in the beginning. I'm not going to reiterate myself. Again. The only place for this to happen is in WWE. This is not a nostalgia trip. She's back full time. She's back. She wants to be back. Punk's happy. She's happy. They're both happy. Live with it. You made him unhappy. And you drove him away. And now you are paying for your sins. You are paying the price for the biggest mistake in company history. And now he's happy. You're going to be upset that he's happy. You're going to be upset that she's happy. Someone who obviously has been open with mental issues and how she struggles. You're going to be upset with her. Of all people, you're going to be upset with her. For what reason? There is absolutely no reason for that woman to receive a fucking inkling of hate at all from anybody. And if you do, you're nothing more than a jealous, unintelligent fucking goblin. Go back to your fucking caves and shut the fuck up. There's legitimately not a single fucking thing that this woman should be criticized for. She's back because she wants to be back. She's back because she wants to work with her husband. And they are both in very good places right now. That was a great ending to the show. Unfortunately, this was the biggest SmackDown of the year, and it was bookended by John Cena, Sami Zayn, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins. And everything else that happened in the middle of the show was basically as unimportant could be. Goes to show you that SmackDown is just not in a good place. Where John Cena showed up and basically took over the first hour of the show, the entire first hour of the show, and the show ended with a main event segment with the return of AJ Lee and basically taking a Monday Night Raw program and putting it on SmackDown. SmackDown's not in a good place. Somehow it seemingly gets worse and worse every single fucking week. This was a great moment. WrestlePalooza is going to be an absolutely slam dunk can't miss show. And you know where I will be on September 20th. Thank you guys very much for all of your support. I appreciate you all very, very much. We had upwards towards 3,200 people here tonight on a Friday night. Thank you so very much. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Hit that thumbs up. We got 1,200 likes. I'd love if we can get to 1,500 likes. Can we do that? 1,500 likes is the goal. If you guys are in the chat and have not hit the thumbs up, it helps me out. Because it tells YouTube, hey man, we like this video. Can you please show this to more people? Throws it right into the algorithm. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We're going to hang out at the end of the show. Love the energy tonight, so get them on in. It's the best way to support the show. Tonight we're sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, wrestling fans, we've all looked for advice in some funny places. Maybe it's your bartender at the local pub. Maybe it's your barber. Maybe it's that guy sitting front row screaming at CM Punk like he was tonight in Chicago. But let's be honest. Not everyone is the right tag team partner for life's toughest matches. when it comes to dealing with stress, anxiety, relationships, or depression, you don't want to cut promos with the wrong opponent. You want somebody who's trained for this. That's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp's therapists are credentialed, fully licensed in the United States, and they'll help you find the right match, like the perfect tag team partner in your corner. And here's the thing. BetterHelp has been helping people for over 10 years with over 30,000 therapists worldwide and more than 5 million people served. They've got a 4.9 rating across 1.7 million reviews. That's not a fluke, guys. That's main event level consistency. And it's very simple. You fill out a short questionnaire, they do the matchmaking, and if it doesn't feel right, and if it's not the right fit, you can switch anytime. No run-ins, no extra cost, just a clean tag out. And because it's all done online, you can do it on your schedule. No traveling, no waiting for your music to hit, just therapy when you need it. So if you're ready to stop cutting promos in the mirror and actually talk to someone who can help, you guys can find that right tag team partner with BetterHelp. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/script. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/script. Let's get into these super chats. Hardcore Kevin with a $2 super chat. Yo, JD, do you sing in the shower? I do not. I do not. I usually, I got a wireless system in the bathroom. I usually put on Cornet or somebody that I can listen to and be entertained while I'm in the shower for half an hour. Michael Krause with a 2. JD, OTS, AJ Lee tonight. Let's go. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Derek. Thank you for the recommitment, brother. I see that gold microphone next to your name. You're sitting VIP by the fire pits behind me. Thank you, brother. Hardy Punk, heel Cena with 7 months. Did Europe, Dublin, London. What the fuck, TK? Leon, Paris. Europe deserves major moments solely for every chant we invent. No AJ, Paris, Chi-Town. Let's light it up. OTS. BC24 with a $4.99. I've been using a VPN and it's amazing. 0 commercials during matches and the product will be much cheaper. Mind-blowing. People don't use one. You know, I try to log into my ExpressVPN. And you guys should absolutely use Solid Monster's code for ExpressVPN. You guys get, I believe, 4 months additional. I try to use my VPN on my phone or on my iPad. And I try to log into Netflix via my VPN on one of my mobile devices. And then I try to screen share it with my TV. And it just doesn't work. Am I not allowed to do that? Does somebody know what I'm doing wrong? Do I need to go into my internet settings on my TV and change it as well? I don't really know what the issue is. I don't want to watch SmackDown via a Canadian stream on my iPad. I want to watch it on my TV. How can I get my ExpressVPN screen shared to my TV so I can watch Netflix Canada on my TV? Everything, my life would be so much easier if that was the case. Cody Snyder with a $5 super chat. Holy fucking shit. You sent that in when AJ was in the ring with Punk. I don't blame you. Cornell Bryant with a $4.99. I'm sorry, Cena and Brock, but this has to be the main event for WrestlePalooza. TK, you screwed. I think this tag team match will be the main event. HDMI, a cable from your PC to your TV. Yeah, that's not going to work, Street Fighter. Can't cast over a VPN. If I have Amazon Fire Stick, it's super easy. Netflix doesn't allow screen share from my mobile device to my TV? Huh. I don't know, man. Michelle, not a bad SmackDown tonight. Punk Seth feud getting hotter. Yes, it's amazing how adding Becky Lynch has now taken this feud to where it needs to be, for sure. Michelle Moran, thank you for the 2. Hardy Punk, heel Cena with a $5 super chat. PG era, baby. AJ crushing Lee. Change the landscape. Exactly 9 months after joining the OTS family, it's a sign. My girlfriend got to prepare to extend the bloodline. DC with a $27.99 coming to us from Canada. I remember the old days when you dressed as a beaver. Or dressed as Beaver, Kevin Dunn. Fast forward, Vince is gone. Triple H is in charge. Reigns is the biggest babyface. Punk is back now. AJ Lee. What a ride it's been. It's been incredible to see AJ Lee back. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man, those were the days, man. What I used to do and say back then, I can no longer. Hopefully you guys think in this current era of Off the Script, I am more refined, I'm more visceral, I am more mature, I'm a better creator than I was then. Thank you. Hooligram with 55 months. Oh, my goodness. Great open with Cena. I don't think Lesnar should have interfered until match was over. AJ Lee came out as if time stood still. OTS for life. Well, they didn't want... I mean, there was no other way to end the match but a Brock Lesnar interference, bro. So, Cena was not going to win the United States Championship. I appreciate that, Triple M. Thank you, brother. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. AJ Lee throws better punches than Jon Moxley. Fact. Sure. Every time I play Pokemon Go, man, and I see a Drowsy in the open, I just think Ronda. I actually have my 3-star Drowsy in Pokemon Go in my Pokedex named Ronda. Captain Solo, thank you for the $2 super chat. For Illuminati with a $2 super chat. AJ Lee looks absolutely shredded. Bro, she looks incredible. She looks incredible. Noah Smith with a 2. Thank you, Jack Perry. Yeah? Cheers to Jack Perry, bro. Cornell Bryant with a $9.99. CM Punk, I got shooters on deck also. Hey, JD, that's how we coming in the rack, yo. Alrighty then. Captain Solo with 50 months. Hey, TK, at least you still have the young cucks. Put the lotion in the basket and the fries in the bag, geek. Absolutely. Put the fries in the bag, TK. And no soggy ones, please. Adam JD 519 with 18 months. OTS for life. Keep doing your thing, JD. Thank you, brother. Lakefront Studios with a $4.99. Once again, the backstage politics of AEW have screwed TK out of not only CM Punk, but now AJ Lee as well. Indeed. For Illuminati with a $5 super chat. Becky and Seth selling AJ Lee's return was also priceless. Along with that Chicago pop, a return for the ages. Tonight was certainly something else, man. Best in the world, Matt, with a $5 Super Chat. Crowd was so loud, live, I couldn't hear Becky in that last segment. I was at the show live tonight. The Polish Sausage with a $100 Super Chat. Thank you for earlier, brother. We love when the Polish Sausage comes into the chat. I see you, Solstice. We'll get to you, Solstice. I see you, brother. My guy, Jay Solstice, coming in here. Cody Snyder with a $5 Super Chat. Bro, I'm so happy right now. Grateful to pass through the cosmos and experience pro wrestling with you and the OTS family. Let's light it up. Thank you, Cody. The bombs are dropping tonight, fellas. I love you. Thank you very much, man, for all the support. Truly got the best community in the entire space. Adam JD 519. $5 Super Chat. Well, we need to thank Jack Perry and the Young Bucks again for tonight. Tony Khan must be feeling great. Tony the Tiger over there feeling great. Bro Mobile with a 5. As a 2000s baby, I grew up watching AJ Lee. I'm not ashamed to say I shed some tears tonight. The Crazy Diva is back. Bro, I had a couple of salty discharge tears roll down my face. It's hard not to. Yeah, we're lighting that TK pack tonight, man. We're lighting that TK pack tonight. Man, this solo's fucking crazy. I don't like half of this song, but when the solo kicks in, bro, forget about it. Hidden Network with 11 months. AJ Lee. There are levels to this. What a night. OTS for life. Thank you, Hidden Network. Lucas with a $1.99. It's so over for AEW All Out. Let's light him up for TK, bro. Let's light him up for TK, bro. Light him up for TK, bro. Oh my God, man. Oh my goodness. Joseph Taylor with a $5 Super Chat. SmackDown was a good show. 6 out of 10. AJ comes back on this day 4 years ago when Punk came back to face Darby Allin at All Out 21, September 5th, 2021. Guys, the name of the song is from the band Salts, S-A-U-L-T-S, and the song title is Let It Go. Perfectly titled for Tony Khan tonight. Jack Glancy with a $2 Super Chat. Thank you, Jungle Jackoff. Did Jesse not live stream tonight? Did Jesse not do a live reaction tonight? Oofa. I hope he went live. Maybe he had family stuff. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. Did you like how they promoted Worlds Collide during Penta? Or adding Penta as a special attraction? Made him seem like a huge deal. Really might be the best AAA show yet. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to what they announced for the show, but I know Finn and Roxanne are wrestling Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana. Where does that show air? Is that on YouTube? Chris Lloyd with a 10. Life is pretty shitty right now, not gonna lie. My aunt passed away. My left eye got scratched, and I have blurry vision. I was on a wrestling break, but SmackDown helped me stay strong. OTS. Chris, I appreciate you, brother. Listen, man, I'm not in the best place either. You guys give me a respite for 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Wednesday, 4 hours on TNT, 2 hours here, man. I'm not feeling my best when I'm away from the streams. Grandma's gone. I feel depressed about just certain things in life. You guys help me just as much as you say I help you, man. Everything will be fine. I promise you, bro, for at least 2 hours every single night, man. As long as there's something going on, you got a place to get lost in. Moratz with 39 months. AJ Lee is back. Let's go. Ali with 37 months. What a Friday Night SmackDown. And we're seeing Brock Lesnar, John Cena, CM Punk in the highlight of the night. AJ Lee. $1.99 from Dreaded Otaku. Jack Perry's butterfly effect strikes again. Thank you, Mr. Perry. He don't care. He's got Anna J. What the fuck does he have to worry about? Andre Benson with a 5. JD took your advice from my super chat Monday. I went ahead and bought a ticket to WrestlePalooza after tonight's SmackDown. Glad I did. Let's go. Hashtag OTS for life. Glad you took that advice, brother. Going to be well worth the money. I have a feeling. Mr. Zacky Boy with a $2 super chat. My childhood sweetheart has finally returned. Bro, I think there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that feel that same way tonight. Hacky Sack with 30 months, just leaving Rosemont this night, and The Rock hitting Cody with his weight belt in the rain. Chicago is the best wrestling city, period. Yeah, you guys get treated, man. You guys get treated with a lot of great shit. Phil Illuminati with a 2. Tony Khan is punching air right now. Shane Brown with 32 months. Let's light it up for all these moments. WWE takes advantage of what a great night in moment for all professional wrestling fans. Dreaded Otaku with a $4.99. Jack gave us AJ Lee and AJ Styles in the same company. Best in the world, Matt. Thank you, brother, for the $100 super chat earlier. Matt said, just got out of SmackDown in Chicago. AJ Lee was the biggest return in women's wrestling, in my opinion. Other matches were good, but let's be real. Everyone knew why we showed up tonight. John Cena and AJ Lee, much love. As always, OTS fam, and see you Monday live in Milwaukee. BT23 with a $5 super chat. All Out needs to be free because Demo is going to be watching college football more than the pay-per-view. It's scary AEW would be below 400K next year for Dynamite. Could be below 400K next year for Dynamite. You know who predicted this? Eric Bischoff. They refuse to change. They refuse to make the appropriate changes. And they get what they deserve. Paul Abeen. New membership. Thank you, Paul. Uh-oh. Demeter, the bad boy bullying from Chicago, Texas. With a $7.99. The biggest return in the history of wrestling. Riho to AEW. And Demeter bullying, the doggy, to OTS. Also, are you happy with AJ versus Michin at WrestlePalooza? Bro, if AJ versus Michin is happening at WrestlePalooza, bro, they sell 0 tickets. Thank you to Demeter Bullying, the bad boy Bullying from Chicago, Texas. Joseph Taylor with a $6 super chat. I'm not going to like WWE showing Wheezy Blonde and Mini Portable faking their reactions about AJ coming back. Oh, well. And by the way, if anybody wants to clip that, that's being read from a super chat. I did not mention anybody in this stream, just in case you guys want to be fucking dickheads about it. Fucking geeks. By the way, I'm hearing AEW is getting in bed with some of these fake reactor streamers. I can't wait to see them all over AEW television, driving the audience even further away from the product. That's all they need. How do we get people coming back to watch our shit product? Yes, let's get fake reactors, just like WWE has. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. Tony Khan screwed Tony Khan. OTS for life. Mr. Orr 718 with a $5 super chat. Mom versus daughter, AJ Lee versus Roxanne Perez at WrestleMania. Please book it. Bro, we're getting Roxanne versus Liv. Who knows what AJ Lee is doing fucking 3 weeks from now, bro? We're not booking WrestleMania yet, man. It's way too soon. Joseph Gonzalez with a $4.99. It's funny how the sickos talk about WWE using nostalgia when AEW has, in large part, been a nostalgia act since day one. Bro, the biggest thing on AEW television right now is Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. They have no room to speak on anything. The most popular faction in the company is the Hurt Syndicate. Shut the fuck up. Sickos, not you, Joseph, but the sickos. Chris Tiger Harris with a $50 super chat. JD, what's up? Been away battling with myself and doing much better. Still got stuff to work on, but must say seeing AJ Lee chewed me up. She was my childhood, and now she's a part of my adult life, too. Let's light it up. Brother, whatever you're going through, man, I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're doing much better. Jack Lancy with a $2 super chat. Apparently, it's a multi-year deal posted by Triple H. Yes, I just seen. Tony Brown with the $4.99. JD, my man, you're drawing bigger crowds than Tony Khan. Also, I'll be Jay Lethal is missing Miss AJ Lee's Brooks. You'll be Jay Lethal? Nobody wants to be Jay Lethal, bro. Toy A Nice with a $2 super chat. Tears of happiness. Welcome back, AJ Lee. Yes. Gucci Milk with a $1.99. Seth gonna curb stomp AJ and become a super heel. Or maybe Punk GTS is Becky Lynch. There needs to be some male-on-woman violence. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Captain Soul, it's only fair. If Rhea Ripley can get away with it for all those months, it's got to be something, bro. Can't be portraying the women getting one over on the men all the time. The men got to get at least some revenge, just a little bit. I want to shout him out before I forget because he deserves a... Oh, my goodness. We got my guy, Jay Solstice, coming in with a $100 super chat. If I can find Jay Solstice here, because YouTube does not know how to work on any given evening, and I can't find anybody super chat. There it is. Jay Solstice. He comes in with a $100 super chat. I lost it again. Where is Jay Solstice? I know, there he is. Great to see you and Jesse back in the groove for this week's Dynamite. People tend to forget we're all human and not every day is sunshine and rainbows. Much respect to you for having his back. Tremendous stuff tonight. OTS for life. Cheers, brother. Another round of applause. Absolutely. Jay Solstice, thank you for being here, brother. Always good to see Jay Solstice in the chat. Thank you, Gucci Milk, for the $1.99. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. A lot of people are not cool with Sami Zayn's politics and his stance on Palestine. Plain and simple. It's a very touchy subject for obvious reasons. Bro, why can't we just let people feel what they want to feel on the topics that they want to feel about? Why does everybody got to be villainized for what they feel and what they believe in? Has nothing to do with booing Sami Zayn. Boo him for what he does on the show. Best in the world, Matt, with a $5 super chat. Cena needs to do a big swing in honor of Cesaro. Will he do that to Brock Lesnar? I doubt it. J. Ray with a 10. Great to see AJ Lee back, although this is the same company that fired her husband on their wedding day. So I'm not too excited about any long-term storytelling when it comes to her booking with WWE. Vince McMahon fired CM Punk on his wedding day. Triple H did not. Nick Khan did not. Jack Lancy with a $5 super chat. John Cena is putting on banger after banger after banger. I'd love to see Cena versus Sheamus as one of his next matches. I'd love to see that. I really would. Maybe we get something like that on one of those Raws. Just like we saw tonight with Sami Zayn. Best in the world, Matt, with a $2 super chat. Sounds like WWE's trying to out Tony Khan. Bro, Tony already outed himself. Baltimore Jackson with the $4.99. Watching Brock F5 anybody is just fun. I don't care what age he is. He looks better. He looks like Sabretooth from X-Men. And AJ Lee kicking Becky's arse was cool. Telos Seze with a $4.99. I would have killed to be at the arena in Chicago tonight. Glad AJ is back. She hasn't aged a day in 10 years. Punk is a very lucky man. Happy for both of them. Indeed. Indeed. Baltimore Jackson with a $1.99. Priest seems lost. He's missing something. Yeah, he's missing the Judgment Day. WrestleMass with a $1.99. The women's IC title feels like a major deal now. It does. Nate with a $2 super chat. AJ looks amazing. Glad they didn't Def Rebel her. I wish Def Rebel would be Def Rebel. Get him the fuck out. Baltimore Jackson with a $1.99. If you're down with OTS, give me a hell yeah. JD25 with a $4.99. I feel like most of the best women superstars are on Raw, while SmackDown needs more credible women. Something needs to be done about that soon. Yes. Yeah, Raw is definitely very top-heavy, bro. It is incredibly top-heavy. Jack Lancey with a 5. The treatment of Guilia is disgraceful. She's one of the best Joshi wrestlers of the 2020s. Please send her back to NXT and build her up properly. Major with a 199. Wonder how Edge feels about not being in Cena's tour. Bro, he gets to close out a chapter of his career with his best friend. I think he's fine. Street Fighter with a $5 super chat. I wonder if Becky has anything to do with Stephanie not being on Raw. Favorites on TV over the newbies. I don't think Becky has anything to do with that at all. Best in the world, Matt, with a $10 super chat. JD, side note, after the cameras went off the air, Punk pointed to the women's IC title, and AJ picked it up and started skipping around with it, going corner to corner with it as well. It's the only way you're going to make those titles relevant, bro. I don't trust WWE with anybody outside of a major name. Simply the Pope. 40 months, no message. Thank you, Pope. Illuminati with a $2 super chat. WWE needs to call up some NXT talent to SmackDown. Well, the rumor is there will be a draft in the near future. I don't know when, though. Matt Fisher with a $5 super chat. I'm very excited for AJ Lee returning. Now we just need Ahmed Johnson to return, and my dreams will have all come true. Ahmed Johnson had fans, bro. Trey Lindsay with 17 months. 17 months in this space. Best drinks around, best venue around, and best fucking podcast in the game. And there's no one even close. I love that comment, Trey, so much that it's comment of the night. Trey Lindsay. They announced they canceled the draft? Who said that? Harold Russell with 28 months. What a night. Seeing AJ Lee just brought good vibes. OTS for life. Hashtag Steeler Nation. Butterscotch with a new membership. Butterscotch, I appreciate you being here, man. What the fuck are we drinking tonight? Joseph King with 43 months. AJ Lee looks beautiful. Glad she's back. Hey, JD, what do you think she'll do after this tag team match in WWE? I don't know. I'll leave that in the hands of the creative department, Joseph. Roxanne Perez is an obvious direction. Maybe she just goes after Becky's IC title. We don't know. Scottsy with a $1.99. Firestick has ExpressVPN app, bro. Love you. Really? I did not know that. I have to check that out. Eddie Melendez with a 5. Hey, JD, I'm in the Army. Just wanted to say I love your work. Continue the good work. I always look forward to your videos. Eddie, salute, my brother. Thank you. Jose Perez with a $1.99. After Becky, do we see AJ battle Roxanne? That is very likely. Roxanne is getting her wish. Devin Meganson with a $1.99. 3K here, more than the audience at the last AEW show. Bro, that's 3.5 times more than the audience at the last AEW show. Paul Abeen with a 5. First day as a member. Love your show, JD. Paul, thank you for being here, brother. Daniel to Miami. I wish I was there with you, bro. JD to Miami. $19.99. Hey, JD, when AJ Lee's theme hit, I swear I felt chills down my spine and I froze in shock. And that's the beautiful part of professional wrestling. And crazy to think, 4 years ago on this day, Punk had his first match back in AEW. It's crazy. Can't script that shit, bro. Lenin Jimenez with 20 in Mexican pesos. Thank you, Lenin. WrestleMess with a 199. Ring of Honor countered with the debut of Story Denali. Who? Who the fuck is that, bro? DC with 41 months. I watched AJ's return about 10 times now. Punk did not take his eyes off AJ once. This moment will mean more to him than any title he'll win. I agree. Absolutely. William Bellin with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, got a clean bill of health from the doctor today. No more heart issues. Just had to change a medication. OTS for life. William, that is excellent news, my brother. Excellent news, man. Matt Fisher with a $2 super chat. What was the name of that song you were jamming to? Salts. Let It Go. SAULTS. Salts. Devin Meganson with a 199. GG's in the chat. Signed off TK. You think TK's in the chat? I don't think TK's in the chat. He knows what I'm saying on Wednesdays, though. That's for sure. Lenin with a 50 in Mexican pesos. But JD, Meltzer says AEW's doing $2 million on Max. JD from NY 062. Meltzer is a liar. Everything Meltzer tweets is a lie. He works for AEW. He's an advisor for AEW. He works for the company. Nothing he says should be taken seriously at all. Hardy Punk with a 2. Thank you, JD, for being the only consistent in 25. I'm always consistent, bro. Always. One way to be successful in this space, you got to be consistent. Sidro with a $5 super chat. What's the British equivalent of Netflix and chill? Bangers and smash. And what do you call a female sheep that has learned to sing and dance? Lady Baba. Thank you, Sidro. 2 quality jokes there, bro. 2 quality jokes. WrestleMess with a 199. Sol Ruka could solve some SmackDown problems. Sol Ruka could solve a lot of problems for a lot of people. Bobby Means with a 5. What are some potential AJ Lee matches outside Becky Lynch that you would like to see? Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Stephanie Vaquer, Naomi. Captain Solo with a 5. As of now, who would you say has been the 2025 MVP for the men and the women? Seth Rollins for the men, and I would probably say Io Sky for the women. It's either Rollins or Punk. I'll probably lean towards Rollins right now. Daniel to Miami with a 99 cents. He leaves me a rose emojicon. I don't accept flowers, bro. But thank you. Buy me an old-fashioned when we get to Miami. Sidro with a $5 super chat. In honor of AJ Lee returning and light it up. Marijuana and coffee are my favorite combination. They're the reason the ice mocha, a lot of weed. You ever had a weed latte, Sidro? I don't know what that would do to my espresso machine, but I'm not willing to try. Maybe we could flavor infuse, smoke infuse your latte with some weed. Gorman with a $5.99. Love from Ireland, bro. I love Ireland. Fine people out in Ireland. My type of people. Lavelle with a 5. Could the shocking return of Britt Baker and the debut of Killer Cross be what AEW needs to save All Out? Also, could you see AJ Lee winning the Royal Rumble? No. Killer Cross is not going to AEW, and Britt Baker is never showing up on AEW television again, my prediction. If she does, I'd be shocked. And she goes nowhere. The division is basically seized and being held captive by Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné. And meanwhile, their television and the division are not growing whatsoever. Clone Force with a $4.99. Prayers to my barber. He got in a motorcycle accident at 3 a.m. days ago, and he's in a coma. I just found out today since I had my appointment today. I am terribly sorry to hear that, brother. That is awful, awful news. I hope he turns out okay, man. Please keep us posted on that. That's awful. Thank you for the $4.99 Clone Force. Bronx Made with a $4.99 from a death of a child and deployment next week. I'm thankful for the OTS family and JD, Solo, and Jesse. Thank you for all you do. Love y'all. Bronx Made, we're here for you, brother. WrestleMess with a $1.99. Can't wait for Becky to tap out to the Black Widow. Yeah, Punk and AJ are absolutely winning at WrestlePalooza. Jay Shudo with a $4.99. Looks like Roxanne Perez will eventually get her dream match with AJ Lee. Not right now, obviously, but it will happen. It will definitely happen. Absolutely. Soma BT with a $5 super chat. I want to see LA Knight and Stone Cold do a yeah versus hell yeah off. Also, I finally got that gold mic. It looks nice next to your name, brother. I don't think that we'll be seeing that. I don't. Francis Loop with a $5 super chat. I like the blue wrestling mat with just the WWE logo on it and not all the sponsor logos. She physically did diva stuff, but I know it's only day one. Bro, let's get to the match before we start criticizing everything, okay? Let's live in the moment, bro. What she did looked crisp out there. Not many people even do a good Luthez press. Matt Fisher, did I miss your $50 bomb? How the fuck did I do that, bro? Where the fuck is it? I've been sitting here reading super chats all night, bro. How the fuck did I miss that? Chris the Tiger Harris with a $50 bomb. Where is Matt Fisher with his $50 bomb? Where is it? I see a 5. I see Daniel to Miami. Brother, where is your $50 bomb, bro? Let me see this, bro. Let me investigate. Matt Fisher with a $50 bomb and we fucking missed it? YouTube, you're really fucking me up here, bro. I got you, Matt. I got you. We're looking into this, bro. We're not letting this one slide before we get out of here, bro. Let me see this. Matt Fisher, there he is. Why isn't this in the fucking... Why isn't this... in the thing, man, in my fucking super chats? Matt Fisher, I got you, brother. We all love Punk. But what exactly was it about him leaving that just wrecked AEW? Was it the way it happened? The fact that Tony had a chance to make it right? Or is it just the type of human that Phil Brooks is that just made AEW not recover since? It all boils down to the company not being serious, bro. I don't think at that point that people looked at the Young Bucks and Jack Perry as anything major. And the fact that you lost CM Punk due to these three people and Adam Page, it made Tony Khan look like a coward. It showed him that he's not a real businessman because he gave up his best opportunity at business by siding with Jack Perry, who's not on TV, and the Young Bucks, who are ratings killers. Fans at that point said, we're done. There is nobody on that show as close to a superstar more than CM Punk, and they gave up the only star that they had. And the company refused to do business. Omega and the Bucks and Paige and FTR, none of them wanted to do business with each other. Who wants to stand for a company like that, bro? Who wants to be a fan of people like that? They basically sabotage themselves, and they get everything that's coming to them. Why are they dead? They killed themselves. They killed themselves. Hollywood guy with a $2 super chat. Was it said how long her contract was? WWE only signs people to 3 or 5 years. I'm assuming it's a 3-year contract. And Toy Ain't Nice with a $2 super chat. Looking forward to that first AJ Lee promo. Absolutely. Thank you guys very much, man. We're going to end with some new tunes tonight. My boys over in Condition Critical. You guys can go check this song out on their YouTube channel. The name of the song, I'll get you the name of the song in just a second. The name of this song is called Post-Mortal Simulation. Tony, the lead guitarist, is my brother, Frank's the lead guitarist in Legionary. Thank you guys for a great stream tonight, man. I appreciate you guys very much. 3,200 people, you guys killed it with the super chats. Hit that thumbs up. Go check out the content on the channel. There's plenty of it with more coming tomorrow. Right here on Off the Scripts. You guys killed it this week, man. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you go check out all the content on the channel. Plenty of it. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of AJ Lee returning to WWE. Thank you guys for a great stream. I'll see you tomorrow for more extra right here on Off the Scripts. I'll see you guys later.
Belly up the shadow to the victims left to rock. Calculated homicide, I will never stop. Extracted from this world, that's why you'll die in dirt. Sliding to the thrill, my plan will sword. Cycle of violence, down to a science. Killing one by one. Homicidal, life so vile. You're the chosen one. Life has been silenced, evil inside us. Dictate how it's done. Torture and lions, moral defiance. Killing, the only outcome. Tearing through your flesh like a jockey for the fit. Got the final breath of life so meaningless. Torture remains encased in the mess. Blood starts to thicken as it